again. If you are new here, I am Mary Lillian. On this channel we talk about money, self-growth and relationships. If you haven't subscribed yet, please, this is the time. Subscribe to the channel because then you'll be helping me grow. And then also hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever we post a new video here. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share with your colleagues so they can also come watch it, support. Also, I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section about our content. So from our previous video, we learned one method of the emergency contraception, and today we are discussing the second one, which by the way we mentioned is the most effective. Yeah, so today we are learning about the use of intrauterine device as an emergency contraception method. Yeah, intrauterine device is most commonly known as the IUD. So this is the most effective of all the emergency contraception methods that exist so far. So what is the IUD? The IUD is another form of emergency contraception. So if you have unprotected sex and you want to prevent pregnancy and you can insert an IUD into you, you're 99% sure that you are not going to get pregnant. Yes, so how does it look like? It's like a ring, and it requires a health worker to insert it, which makes it a bit harder. If you watched our previous video, the other some of the pills you can get them on over the counter. Well, this one you must go to a hospital in a sterile, clean environment that a health worker has to use to insert in you. So the health worker is going to get this ring, and it should be a trained health worker. You know, someone experienced in inserting these IUDs. So they are going to get this ring, more like a ring, like, you know, thing, and then pass it through your vagina, and then near the opening, the point where your cervix opens into the uterus, that opening, they are going to secure it at that point. And there are different forms. So if you have to learn about how it works by preventing fertilization. How? Depending on the type, the mechanism is different. For example, there are majorly two types. We have the copper IUD. It's made up of copper. This one, the copper ions are going to be toxic to the sperms. So they kill the sperms before the sperms reach the egg that has been ovulated, so you cannot get pregnant. The other type is the hormonal IUD. Now this one has hormones that, you see that opening where this IUD is secured, there is always an opening through which the sperms pass to get to the uterus. But when you have a hormonal IUD, it's going to create a more of a mucus plug, something that is going to protect or block the sperms from passing through that opening to the uterus, because it's thick, the mucus is very thick, so the sperms cannot penetrate, and that's why it's going to prevent you from getting pregnant. Yeah. Now, why would you opt for an IUD? Basically, what are the advantages of the IUD over the other morning after pill? Because we mentioned there are two forms of emergency contraception, morning after pill and IUD. And again, we have mentioned that the IUD is the most effective of them all. So why IUD? We have already mentioned that it's 99% effective, actually more than 99% effective. So that's quite a high chance of you not getting pregnant if you use it. The other advantage is that for it works immediately. It is inserted and its effectiveness does not decrease. It's like for the pills where we mentioned that the longer you take to take the pill, the less effective it may be. For it, within 5 days, you insert it. Remember, it also has within 5 days if you're using it for emergency contraception only. Make sure that it's within 5 days from the time you had the unprotected sex. And the effectiveness is the same throughout all those days. So it will be as effective on the 5th day as it is on the first day from the time you had unprotected sex. So whenever you insert it, you're still okay, very much protected. The other advantage is that it can be used for long-term contraception. So it can work as emergency, but you can still choose to retain it, and it just works as your long-term. Up to like, some go 5 years, some go up to even 12 years, depending on the type you've gotten. So that is the advantage, that you could just use one and you're protected whether in emergency situations or even for long-term contraception. And then it does not get secreted in the milk. If you haven't watched our previous video, please fast watch that video, because most of this content is referring to the previous video. In the previous video, we talked about Ella being secreted in the milk, and it is hormones that affect the baby. This one is not going to be secreted in the milk, so your baby is safe. You can breastfeed all through and still retain your IUD. And then the other thing, it is not affected by weight. Again, in our previous video, we talked about the morning after pills being affected by weight. Very heavy people not being able, you know, the pills not being very effective among very heavy people, as those ones that are not very heavy. Well, this one is not affected by weight, so anyone of whatever weight, they can use this IUD, and they are safe. The disadvantage is that it requires a skilled professional, so you may not be able to do it yourself, like with the pills where you can just go and buy and take. You're going to need a skilled professional. But good news is most of the IUDs are free, especially in government facilities. You'll get this IUD at a free charge. What are some of the side effects? Because again, like we mentioned, there's nothing that is entirely 100%, without any fault. So the IUDs could alter your bleeding. It could either give you irregular bleeding or, periods. It could give you very lighter periods, especially with the hormonal ones. Or you may not even have your periods at all for some time. That is still with the hormonal ones. So if you experience that, you should know that this is the effect of the IUD. For the copper ones, they could give you heavier bleeds compared to before, and even maybe worse menstrual cramps, when you're going to your periods. And then the other things that are general to both hormone and copper, you could have some, abdominal pain after inserting this IUD, some discomfort, but those ones disappear after a few days. And even these other side effects you have mentioned, they're usually very common in the first months of you having the IUD. Over time, they resolve. So you shouldn't be very scared. Discuss this with your health worker, and so you are aware of some of the side effects that could happen, such that when you start to experience them, And if they are really, really out of control and you're very scared, you could opt to get it out. Otherwise, it's a very recommended method. It's very effective. If you especially opt for the copper one, no hormones into your body, you're safe, no any hormone imbalances, and you're good to go. Plus, free of charge in the health facilities at our government. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed and learned a thing or two. Have a good time. If you haven't yet subscribed, once again, I will not stop reminding you to subscribe because it's really free. You don't lose anything by subscribing, and you'll be helping me. You'll be supporting me to grow this channel. So please subscribe, like the video, and share it with your colleagues. Also, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. You get notified whenever I post a video. Thank you very much and take care. Until our next video, bye.